You ready? Let's go! Welcome to Create Content, where through dialogue we encourage people to get better and be better. We have a great show, so let's get it done. Coming up on Zoom right now, we're going to have utility Angels player David Fletcher come in, and he'll probably be starting at second base. We have big expectations for the Angels, and I expect him to do real well this year. And once he gets on, I think that's probably him getting on right now. We'll get to talk to him and know him more as a player and his approach to the game and things he likes to do outside of baseball. So hopefully it goes well. Thanks again ahead of time for the guys who put this together and our team. Well, Johnny doubled up with the royal flush. I had 3 jacks and a pair of 9s. Hey, good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Going well. Thanks for doing this, and I'll try to make this quick. Should only be like 15 and 20 minutes. All right.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So thanks again for joining us, David. My wife, big Angels fan, and I followed them since '02 when Soch came over. But I know you grew up locally. Did you follow them, or were you a Dodgers fan, Angels fan? Because Dodgers were getting a lot more attention, obviously.
Yeah, when I was little, I was definitely an Angels fan. We have pictures of me and my dad and my brother going to the World Series parade.
Oh, okay.
In '02, so that was pretty cool to look back at some pictures of us at the stadium now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. I know you grew up in Orange, played at Cypress. How was Tempe? How was Tempe this year? It wasn't too hot this year as to previous years, and how was it to get back and kind of get on the field for spring training?
Yeah, no, spring training was great this year, especially having fans back at the stadium, even though pretty limited. But after playing last year with no fans, it was definitely nice to have some fans back out there.
Yeah. Um, when you go out to Tempe, I know you're not a big contract type guy, but when you go out, are you recognized at the local areas if you do go out in Tempe during spring ball?
There wasn't much going out this year, but I mean, we have a really good fan base that
Yeah.
travels pretty well to spring training. So it's nice to be recognized by the fans and kind of see all their support out there, even in a different state.
Yeah. And then obviously locally, I'm sure you get recognized a lot, or maybe your buddies make you pick up the tab. But did you get recognized a lot out in Anaheim when you go?
Yeah, I mean, living here year round, definitely get recognized every once in a while, going out to eat or whatever. So, but like I said, it's always real cool that, I mean, Angel fans are awesome. Just um, come up and say how supportive they are, and definitely always good experiences.
Oh, nice. Do you uh get a lot of trouble with like guy buddies, and stuff saying, "Hey, can I get tickets?" Or people asking, "Hey, can I get a signed David Fletcher ball," something like that? Or did you
Uh,
deal with a lot of that?
a little bit, but I mean, it's definitely. I mean, I'm lucky to be playing at home, and not many guys get to do so. So I definitely don't take it for granted.
I commend you. You're kind of royalty in this family. So a lot of people watch what you do and appreciate your approach to the game. When you're at Tempe, I know you guys are usually just within, staying within the team facilities and stuff. But have you gone out to other places in Tempe, like I don't know, Grand Canyon or Phoenix? Have you gone to Glendale and watched Phoenix games, either during training or obviously in the off season, since you know the area?
In the past couple years, definitely did a little bit of that stuff. This year with COVID, kind of had to be a little more contained at home. But
Yeah.
years past, definitely, I spent a lot of time out there. Obviously, spring training every year for a month or two. So
Right.
yeah, I've spent some time out there exploring the area.
Yeah. Yeah. You do hiking and stuff like that, or do you
Yeah, a
go?
little bit of hiking, a
Yeah.
little bit of I mean, kind of just seeing what's around Tempe.
Yeah. Have you been to Tombstone? You ever heard of Tombstone, Arizona?
I haven't.
No. Have you seen Tombstone the movie with Doc Holliday, or do you know who Doc Holliday is? He was like
Uh,
a old poker player back in the day.
I've heard about that movie, but I haven't seen
Yeah.
it yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty dramatized Hollywood style, but it's
Uh,
funny because they have poker scenes and stuff. And I heard you're it's a has a Val Kilmer and uh
I've definitely heard about it. I
yeah.
need to watch it.
So I heard one of your hobbies is playing poker. Before COVID started, did you ever get to go out and play poker in the casinos or
Oh
like
yeah,
your
I
home
spent a
game?
lot of time in the off season playing and
Yeah,
go to Vegas once a year, playing a
yeah.
couple tournaments out there. But yeah, it's definitely a big hobby of mine.
Do you just play no limit, or what do you play?
Just no limit.
No limit. Do you now I know you mentioned tournaments. Did you do any World Series events like when it comes in July? It's usually
Unfortunately, that's during the season, but
yeah, yeah.
I went to a couple mini tournament series out there and uh, definitely fun experiences.
Yeah. Yeah. And have you ventured outside of No Limit yet? Have you done any Omaha or any of those other games?
Not too much. Mostly just stay no limit. I prefer cash games, but
Yeah.
I'll travel to go play some tournaments every once in a while.
You have a place you like at Vegas per se? Like usually Bellagio has a game or and I don't know if you played at the Aria. Those are usually bigger type
Yeah,
games.
I think Bellagio might be my favorite out there.
Yeah. And then do you sit at the have you gone in the Bobby's room yet and played, or do you sit at the outer tables?
No, I'm at the 2-5 game out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a pretty good board. It's a pretty good list. And do you notice do you have a style that you want to disclose?
I actually have a friend who plays professionally and kind of been coaching me for the last couple years.
Oh, good.
So
Is
it's
he a is he a professional player?
just like a small stakes cash game pro,
Oh,
but um, yeah, pretty GTO style.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I've looked up a little bit of GTO and game theory optimal for are unfamiliar like me, but um, does it have you playing more of the aggressive style in position, or do you mix it up with playing under the gun and suited connectors, or
yeah, definitely want to be in position more often and
yeah,
kind of more aggressive style. And but yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. I've learned over the last couple of years, just a lot of levels to it. So
yeah, you do you,
that's kind of the fun thing for me is kind of you never really learn. There's always more to learn. So
yeah.
kind of interests me.
Have you do you go off the rails a little bit just to mix up the action and straddle or raise the re-raiser or something like that just game up?
Occasionally, when we're playing with buddies, just having a good time, we'll kind of mix it up and have some fun. But
Yeah,
um, yeah,
yeah, yeah. So you're not against playing home games with buddies and stuff, huh?
oh no, those are more fun to me than any. I mean, I that's when I really enjoy playing with buddies or going out and going to Vegas and playing with some friends. That's
Yeah.
when it's really fun to me.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We have a home game here. If you're ever in the off season, you're more than welcome to play. We might be a little bit below the 2-5 range, so we're more 1-2 big blind, and then maybe an ante for everybody, so everyone's not just playing tight and
Yeah,
folding. Or we'll do a an automatic raise on the button because usually the button's going to play. So,
right, right.
but that's good. So the coaching helps, and hopefully you can get more poker in after the season maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, we can get past COVID and get back to normal soon.
Now I'll close up on poker. I just get excited talking about it. But have you sat on long sessions yet where you play 12 14 hour sessions yet, or are you usually capped out, or do you just limit yourself in terms of
Uh,
playing?
Normally not that long, but I've played a couple 10-12 hour
Yeah,
sessions. Yeah.
because usually if you get deep in those tournaments, if it's a big
Oh yeah.
field, yeah,
Yeah, the tournaments. The longest one I played was a 2-day tournament. I think it was 12 hours back to back days.
yeah, and they
Yeah,
only give the I think every 2 hours a lunch and a break
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. So how'd you do in that tournament? Do you remember how you got
I
out of
actually,
the busted?
I got eighth in that one, so did really well.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
What do you remember what you lost with? You got busted or did you have to shove because you were short?
I actually happened to be. It was 630 people in it, and
Yeah.
uh, I was a chip leader at the final table with eight left, and I ended up uh, I flopped a set, and the guy ended up going all in with a straight draw and a flush draw, and he drilled it on the river.
Oh, did he? Do you
Yeah,
remember what
so
set? I mean, usually the beats you remember. So I'm gonna call you out here. Do you remember the set you flopped and what the
oh
board was?
yeah, I had a set of tens, and he had
Was
something
it
like
King Queen
not,
suited?
no, he was in the blind. It was a pretty weak hand. It was something like Jack eight suited.
Oh, and
he,
it came
he
somewhere
drilled
around.
his flush on the river.
It was probably like so. It was what? Do you remember what the flop was? It had to be 10, 10, 9 queen, something like that.
Um,
Oh no, he would have flopped it that way, but
yeah, it was 10, 7. I
10
think it
7
was
off, 10 7
10,
brick
7
maybe.
off. Uh,
And
and he just we ended up getting all in after the turn, and he hit it on the river
yeah, did he have the four flush on the flop or did he turn it to pick up more? Do you
on the
remember?
flop. Yeah, on the flop.
So he flopped the flush draw straight
Yeah,
draw. Oh,
yeah, he wasn't going anywhere, but
yeah,
that's
yeah,
how it goes in those tournaments. And you need a
yeah.
little bit of luck in those, which I had some. I ran pretty good to get to the final table, so
No, hey
can't
Ben,
complain with that.
yeah, you had the chip lead,
Yeah, can't complain with that.
yeah. So and then did they pay for eighth? That usually pays because usually top 10% gets paid.
Oh, they paid.
You're probably in the
They paid like 70 players.
yeah. So you were
Yeah.
in the where it started the jump, right? Where like
Oh
seven
yeah.
got more, then six got more, and
Right. Right. Right.
oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so that was fun. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, playing poker and reading people, stuff like that, is that your approach when you come up to bat in terms of uh, your approach to the game? One of the things that I've noticed about you is you take a lot of pitches, draw a lot of walks, or you put the
Mm.
pitcher in the long counts. Um, and I know you hit fairly well with two strikes. Can you kind of go through like my kid's a baseball player and a
Yeah.
lot of people are fans of baseball. Can you kind of go through like what you're thinking at the at bat when you're up there?
Yeah. There's definitely similarities. I pretty much I know that I can hit with two strikes pretty well. So um, I like to make the pitcher work and get deep into counts and give him a chance to walk me. And a lot of times, um, the more you make him work, the kind of the tougher it is for him to. He's got to kind of grind through the at bat, and then if I do end up getting out, it kind of sets the guys up behind me
Yeah,
and kind of wears the pitcher down too. But um, yeah, I try to take kind of a different approach against every pitcher, but for the most part, pretty. My main goal is to get on base, so
yeah.
any way I can do that and kind of make the pitcher work is what I'm going for.
So you have about 2 or 3 years in the league now, or this is probably your third year because of COVID type.
Yeah, fourth
Um,
year, I think.
how much does obviously situation of the game, so the inning and people on base and stuff, but in between pitches, when the people are adjusting their bats or their
Right.
batting gloves, do you think about like the scouting report or how you torqued your body last time, the foul off a pitch, or um, you know how much of that comes into play, or are you just living in the moment and seeing maybe you're seeing a pitch a lot better than another pitch, so you wait on it, which
To
that
me,
which that
definitely just the situation.
okay,
Um, Whether I have runners in scoring position and I want to drive them in, or how many outs there are, who's on base, what the score is, what inning it is.
right,
Everything goes together and shapes basically my approach. Whether it's just have a good at bat and get on base, or drive a runner in. I mean, the scoreboard will basically tell me what I need to know.
right. I know. I saw a clip that you had at LMU where you take pride in your baseball IQ. So in
Mhm.
terms of, I guess you hold to a high standard. Obviously, you're fielding. You field over 80 to 90% of all the stuff that comes your way. I don't know how they do that matrix, but also how you have productive outs and things like that. Um, Did that start at Cypress High Schools? I believe is where you went. And have you gone back to the school and have they asked you to speak? I mean, you're a pretty popular guy now. How's that? How do you in terms of high school? How do you look back on the things you've learned there, maybe with your brother or your pop, and then the coaching
Right.
staff there?
Yeah, I've always been kind of the same player I am now. Just play good defense and have good at bats, get on base. Um, but yeah, I still go back to my high school and hang out there and work out there sometimes in the off season,
Yeah,
and uh, and then in college too. In college, I kind of developed a better approach at the plate and able to kind of be a little more selective and smarter with what I want to do at the plate. And then, I mean, even through the minor leagues, kept developing. Even now, I feel like every
yeah.
year I can keep adding things to my game. So
You now obviously you have a lot of records at Cyprus, so you did really well there. I think you guys won CIF 2013. That was your senior year. You batted I think over 400.
mm,
Um, Another record you have, I think, is you have 100 hits in two in back to back, or 52 and 48 back to back seasons with a
mm.
total of 100 hits. Did you being athletic? Did you play other sports? Did you swim? You play football or anything like that?
I only played baseball my whole life. So one
Okay.
sport athlete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I saw an interview with Sam Green on Behind the Lights.
Uh,
Shout out to her. Thank you for some of the info. It said you like to watch football. Um,
yeah. In the off season, I play some fantasy football and um, I definitely like getting in leagues with some friends and competing with them and having
yeah.
fun.
Now, besides fantasy, do you have a preference, or do you watch college as well? So like Alabama, Clemson, those guys, and then local schools, or
Yeah, I've watched the big games, but I haven't got too much into college. Mostly just watch a lot of NFL games.
okay.
Yeah.
Now the way I looked at Cyprus, it was a pretty good baseball school. So was there any pressure because I know you guys were doing well? You played a lot of games there. Was there any added pressure to win CIF your senior because junior year you did so well, and then you had guys at the time you were there
Mm,
like Scott Moore and Tim O'Leary, I think were famous players that were out of that school. So
mm.
was there any added pressure to like, hey, we're a baseball school, we got to win CIF?
I don't think we had any added pressure. We had a really good team my senior year. A group of guys we've been together for 3 years, all of us. So definitely, we knew we had a good team and didn't really have much pressure. Just knew that if we went out and kind of did what we knew we could, then we were going to
Yeah,
be successful. So uh,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, so I think you got all CIF that year as well. So I know it was a long time ago, but congratulations.
yeah.
It's a big achievement. One of the things a lot of players I see transitioning from high school to college is their ability to kind of adjust with pitches. Obviously seeing a curve and then a fastball right away. Are there any drills someone can do? I know, I don't know if you remember, but I met you. You were in the batting cages at the stadium when I met you. But
Mm.
I know you go to the cages, you watch film a lot. Is there anything at just try to think back at the high school level, 14, 15, 16, where you can learn how to pick up keys, or is there any drills you can recommend for kids who are adjusting to that speed? Because currently kids just throw heat now and then,
Yeah.
they use like an off-speed pitch to get them out. Is there any keys you can give to, I guess, baseball fans out there?
I mean, I think you're going to be your best when you can slow the game down. And
Okay.
it's easier said than done. But I mean, being able to do any kind of drills or anything in the cage that can get you to really see the ball and just slow it down and be more in control instead of. I mean, the swing mechanics I think can be a little overplayed. Uh,
Right.
I think more important than your swing mechanics is being able to see the ball and kind of slow it down and be under control and kind of have that slow heart rate at the plate and really slow the game down and be able to make good decisions.
Yeah. And you get that little focus where you kind of channel everything out. You don't even hear the crowd at least at the moment of that,
Mhm.
less than a second pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That, that that'll help. So thank you for that, by the way. Um, Now coming off CIF, I know you went to LMU for a year or two. Were you highly recruited because of the the, the notoriety for winning CIF? Can you walk us through for kids who are being heavily recruited or not heavily recruited, whatever your story was, and what was your decision to go to LMU as opposed to maybe your other offers?
Yeah, I ended up mainly getting recruited to UCLA, UC Irvine, and LMU, and then visited those three schools. And yeah, I wouldn't say I was heavily recruited out of high school, but I mean, I had a decent amount of interest
Yeah,
locally. So I mean, I thought with all the good schools in California, there was no reason to leave
I
anywhere.
believe. Okay.
So it ended up coming down to those three, and I picked LMU just because in the coaching staff there really connected with them, and still have relationships with them to this day.
Yeah.
So that they were pretty much the main reason why I decided on LMU.
Did you have an attachment? Did you know the coach prior? Was he a friend of a friend, something like that, or just your experience when you visited the school? Or
Yeah, just my experience from talking to them for a few months and visiting the school and just kind of getting to know them a little bit. Just had a good relationship with them.
now I think you spent what 2 years there, or maybe a year and a half,
Yeah, 2 years.
and then you found out you were drafted by the Angels,
Mhm.
right? And then you went into their minor league system, and then one of the things we want to talk about is your life outside of baseball. So I know you got married in 2018.
Mhm.
When did you meet your wife, Kiara? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
When did you meet her? Like what year, more or less?
See, I was in the minor leagues in 20,
Like
yeah,
15, 16, 17.
15, 6. I think it was at the end of my first year in the minor leagues. My sister introduced us,
Okay,
um, and so we kind of dated through the while I was in the minor leagues and
right.
those off seasons, and then we got married in 2018. We've been married for
It'll be 3 years in
almost,
December.
yeah, about 2.5 years now. So
Yeah. Can you for guys who don't understand like the rigors of the outside part of baseball, so the traveling,
mhm,
at one day you're in Alabama, then the other
right,
day you're in Iowa or in Salt Lake or in
right.
how is that like the traveling, maintaining, a relationship? Obviously it was a serious relationship. You guys got married. So what was the communication like? Was she able to travel? She obviously knew meeting you through your sister, she knew you were going to be a ball or you aspired to be a ball player.
Yeah.
So what was that communication like, knowing that you could be here one day and then the next week be at another location?
Yeah, like you said, minor leagues, a lot of traveling, a lot of kind of being in some towns in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was able to visit me once a month or so during the season,
Oh, good.
and then obviously when I got called up to the big leagues, being from here, it's a lot easier now. Like I said, not many guys get to play at home, and
Right.
I pretty much got it made here, living at home during the season.
Yeah, no, that's good. I know, people just think now you successfully fast tracked, but some people spend a few years in the
Right.
minors before they get up. So, that's awesome. Congrats to you. I know you had accolades going in and out of Orem and stuff like that. Now, when you came into the leagues, you were wearing six. I wear 22, so obviously I like to transition. But I know third baseman on your team also wears six, and so you moved. What was there a discussion, or did you offer to just switch the jerseys, or did upper
Yeah,
management say, "Hey, this guy's pretty decent hitter"?
yeah. When we signed him, the team kind of hinted that they wanted to give him number 6. So
Yeah.
I was happy to do it. And I mean, honestly, wanted 22 anyways. So it's
Okay.
pretty easy decision for me.
Did you wear what number did you wear like at Cyprus or?
At Cyprus, I was 24, and LMU, I was 24.
Oh,
But
okay.
when I was really young, I was 22, kind of growing
Oh,
up.
right.
So yeah,
Now I don't know if you know who Carson Wentz is. You did mention you watch football a little bit. Now he got moved over to the Colts. That Pittman wouldn't give up the jersey. I
right.
think Wentz offered about 300,000 or something like that. Was there anything discussed between you and the man that came from DC?
Yeah, he
Or
got me a newbie machine, which is a like an electrical stem machine, a really nice one.
nice?
So definitely nice of him to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't really expect anything, but
yeah,
really nice of him to do that, anyways.
yeah. And I don't want to talk too much about the team. We want to talk about you, but how does the team look, and how does Coach Madden, coming in, bringing his experience? How's his energy, and how's that in terms of what your expectations are for this year?
Yeah, I mean, our team, a lot of really good guys on it, which
Yeah,
I don't know any different, but from other guys that I hear, not all the teams have really genuinely good guys. So I think we're really lucky to have that in the clubhouse, and I think that stuff kind of makes a difference when you spend all that time together, 162 games,
yeah.
that chemistry. So
Family's big to you. You're a local guy, which means you met your wife. She's local as well.
yeah,
Does she still have the dance studio? Because with COVID and everything,
yeah, they've had a couple shutdowns here and there, but they're pretty much back open now, and yeah, they have that in Corona. So
what kind of dance does she do, and what age groups? Is it private, or can someone just take their daughter or son?
yeah, they have classes open to anybody, but it's all the way from as young as they can get, 2 years old, till all the way through high school.
And it's in Corona. And does she have other offices, in other cities, or just a studio in Corona?
Yeah, they just have the one studio in Corona.
Do you want to give a website if you know it, or the name of the studio, maybe get people to
Yeah,
go there?
K2 Studios.
K2 Studios.
Yeah.
Now I know you have a dog. You had a dog named Blue and another dog.
Uh,
Any plans to add on to the family? Are you guys planning to have kids or anything like that? Talked about that?
eventually, maybe not sure how soon, but definitely sometime down the road we'll want to have
Awesome.
some kids.
Work that contract. Get the money you deserve. I really appreciate you taking the time. I just want to emphasize, I really admire the way you approach the game, real humble about it, and you're really just a guy who's non-flashy, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to see what the elements were, what the secret sauce was in terms of grinding it out. And you're one of the top hitters in terms of batting average for the team, and fielding as well. So the all around component, was something that struck me, and I thought the limited viewers I have, but the viewers that I have would want to see that approach. And so thanks for taking the time. I know it was a early morning for you, but good luck to you and your family moving forward. And then obviously good luck with the season.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
And maybe after you get the big league contract, maybe we can reach out to you in a couple years. Hopefully you can make time then as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate
right.
it. Have a great season.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, David.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
The episode. Special thanks to Sam Green, Palmer on Pittsburgh, and MLB.com. Thanks to McJeezy on beats, OAR for the music, and all images collected from Google searches and websites from the following: halosheaven.com, wikipedia.org, ocregister.com, MLB.com, twitter.com, facebook.com, divinelightstudios.com, latimes.com, milb.com, halohangout.com, calhighsports.com, casports.yahoo.com, Cypress High School, amazon.com, lasportshub.com, travelusers.com, cardplayer.com, cityoforange.org, upswingpoker.com, baseballalmanac.com, and any other websites we have missed. Please contact us with any issues. So for the Create Content team, COT Productions, under J. Reese Corporation and all our affiliates, thanks for listening, and hope to see you on another season.